Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. P. Just working away on some fraction videos for you. So yesterday we worked with an orange. Today I just got back from the store this morning and I bought this little watermelon. So we are going to do some fractions with this watermelon and then I'm going to get to have a snack after. So first off though, let's talk about what a fraction is again, just to refresh our memory. So a fraction is like a part of something. So it's like when something is broken into pieces, but all those pieces need to be the same size. So right now, I have a whole. I have a whole watermelon. So I don't have any, I only have one piece, right? It's not broken into any pieces. But you still can write because you still can write out what that looks like. And yesterday, the whole orange, we have one piece and we have one whole piece, I should say, and that's it. Same with our watermelon right now. So how we wrote that was we have 1 out of 1 pieces, or 1 whole. So it's not broken into any parts yet because we only have one, well, we have one part, that's it, but we have 1 out of the 1 parts. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break this watermelon into 2 parts. So I'm going to have a total of 2 parts. So I'm going to cut it right down the middle the best I can so that our pieces are equal. Maybe I'll use my other knife. This one's a little bit sharper. There we go. Obviously, this is a little bit more difficult than cutting up an orange. Okay, although it looks pretty good. Okay, so now my watermelon is broken into 2 parts, right? I have 2 parts. Right now, I have 2 out of 2 parts. If I take one of the parts away, then I will have a fraction of the watermelon. And the fraction that I will have of the watermelon is 1/2, or I will have 1 out of 2 parts. Okay? So I have a part of it. I don't have the whole thing, but I have a part of it. Now, and the grade 4s, you were working on questions that had to do with, tell me what fraction parts there are. So here, our fraction parts are halves. Okay, so now if I would like to change our fraction parts, I can cut again right down the middle. Use my sharper knife. And that will change our fraction. It will change how many parts we have, how many pieces we have of this watermelon. Okay, so we're going to pretend they're equal pieces. So if I pull them apart like that, you can see. So now my watermelon is broken into 4ths because I have 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So because I have 4 parts in total, that's what it's broken into. Right? Right now, I have 4 out of the 4 parts. If I take one away, then I just have a fraction of the watermelon. So right now I have 1, 2, 3 fourths. And in the orange video, we also talked about how it's okay to call it maybe 4 quarters or 3 quarters. If I take another away, I will have 2 quarters or 2 fourths. Remember we talked about how these are the same, because if you put the watermelon together, we still just have half a watermelon. So these 2 fractions here, they're equivalent, they're equal. That's beyond grade 3 and 4, but it's just a nice to know. Okay, let's take another away. And what does that leave us with? That leaves us with 1/4 or 1/4. So this bottom number, our whole watermelon was split into 4 pieces. That's how we know the denominator. And this is how many of those pieces we have. So right now on the camera, you can see I only have 1/4. Now if I wanted to draw 1/4, I could draw a circle. I would split it into 4 equal parts the best I can. And I would just color in one of those fourths. Okay, if I wanted to show 2/4 in a picture, I could draw a circle again. I would split it into 4 pieces, right? Because a whole circle is our whole, and then I would color in 2 of those 4 pieces. If I wanted to show 3/4 in a picture, again, split into 4 pieces because that's the number on the bottom, but I need to color in 3 because that's how many of the pieces I have. 4/4, well, I have the whole thing. So I could split it into pieces and I would just be coloring in the whole thing. You can do a better job coloring when I'm not. Don't rush. Okay, 1/2. So I could draw a circle, pretend it's my watermelon, and then I'd split it into 2 pieces. Right? Because for 1/2, I have 2 equal pieces. But here in this fraction, I only have 1 of those pieces. So I would color in 1. And the 1/2 and quarters, those are pretty common that we use in our daily lives. If you have one brother or sister, often you likely have to share 1/2 of something with them. So it's like you would get a piece of watermelon, this one would be for you. And this piece would be gone because it would be for your brother, maybe. Okay, so now we've talked about 1 whole. This is 1 whole, and this is 1 whole, because we have all the pieces. Here we took away 1 piece, so we have 1/2. Here we have 3/4, or 3 out of the 4 pieces. Here we have 2 out of the 4 pieces. Here we have 1 out of the 4 pieces, or 1/4, or 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Okay, and we can break up this watermelon farther. If you remember yesterday, we cut it again this way, so that way we can make a new fraction. All right. If I was in class with you, I totally would share this watermelon with you. Okay, we're gonna pretend those are equal pieces. Okay, so far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I still have these pieces I need to cut over here. There we go. One last piece. I'll be very careful. I think I need to get my knife sharpened. Also, this is quite a tough watermelon. Okay, we are done cutting for now. Okay, so you can see there I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal pieces that my whole watermelon was split into. So my fraction, it's showing me like now we have 1/8. Our watermelon is split into 1/8. So because I have my whole thing is split into 8 pieces, that becomes my new denominator. Okay, and right now on the cutting board, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 out of 8 pieces. So right now we have 1 whole. If I wanted to make a new fraction, I could take 1 piece away, just like we did before. I'm taking 1/8 away, so that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 7. That gives me 7/8. Okay, and if I wanted to show it in a picture, I could draw my circle, pretend that it's my watermelon. Sorry, I'm just gonna move this so I have more room. There we go, that's much better. And I would split it into 8 equal pieces the best I can. And I would color in all 8 of those. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 7/8. Again, I break my circle into 8 pieces and I color in 7 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, if I wanted to make 6/8, then I need to have 6 out of the 8 pieces. So I have 7, and I know 7 take away 1 is 6. There we go. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, I'll draw my circle, divide it into 8ths, and I color in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take away another so I can make 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I would like to write that, I would go 5. I have 5 out of 8 pieces. So that means I need to color in 5 out of the 8 pieces on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now if I wanted to make 4/8, again, I only need to have 4, which is the same as half, because 4 is half of 8, 1's half of 2. That's how I remember. One, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And I can keep going. 3/8. 1, 2, 3. We made a lot of fractions already. I'm running out of space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so color in 3 out of the 8 pieces. Okay, I'm going to move my 2/8 up here since I'm running out of space. I already know. This needs to be split into 8, and I need to color in 2. And if I only have 1/8, this guy's going to have to be smaller, then I would only color in 1. So this is what 2/8 would look like, and this is what 1/8 would look like. Just right there. All right. So we made a lot of fractions out of that watermelon, just like we did with the orange. So remember that this is the denominator, this is the numerator, right? The denominator tells us how many pieces something's broken into, how many equal pieces it's broken into, and the numerator tells us how many of those pieces we have. All right, thank you for listening.